Good morning. This is the week we do a still life, and you can see that I've got a setup behind me of a wine bottle, some grapes, and a wine glass that has grape juice in it because it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Ellipses are when you look down on this glass. There is a full circle, and there's a full circle around the stem. But as you turn it away from you, the round top of the glass still stays, but then the circle dips and bends and flattens out by the way you look at it. And so when we paint it, it's going to flatten out to almost just a little sliver. So I want to show you a quick little exercise for making ellipses. I'm using a dark watercolor pencil because you'll see it better in the sketch. But it's just using your shoulder and your arm just to rhythmically do some flattened out circles. That doesn't mean that you draw it like this and it comes to a point. A lot of people will do that. That doesn't make it. And so we want to just get in the rhythm, because guess what? If I go down further, they all sort of connect, and I can do this. And it'll marry up to the bottom instead of making a lovely ellipse at the top and then going flat on the bottom. That is not the way to do it in watercolor, in sketching and creating perspective in still lifes that we paint. I'm just randomly sketching in some grapes. And as I said, with still lifes, the thing that you're looking for is overlap. That's what creates perspective. The label going around the bottle is, because it's going around the bottle, it also follows the lines of an ellipse. So it's not straight across. It follows the contours of the bottle. I'm just going to do some calligraphy when I get to that, but that's all it is. We're going to do some highlights on this, but I'll show that to you when it gets into the actual painting. So my 8th grade art instructor taught us that for every highlight there's a shadow. So when we paint the bottle, you'll see it in the demo, when we paint the bottle, there'll be a lighter side and a darker side. And I'm going to consider that the light is coming from over here. Lighting in my studio is not optimal, but we're going to make it that way. Now you see I've done this ellipse at the top of my wine glass. That means that the liquid that's in the glass is also going to follow an ellipse as well. So that's where you'll see the wine, okay? And you'll see that the ellipse follows down here too. Now, with this lesson, grapes are spheres, and there'll be a lot of roundness. So we're going to have highlights and shadows in the grapes as well. Okay, that's a sketch, and that doesn't mean I'm going to follow it line for line. The thing I will do is I'm using the palette that we started with, except that this time I added some green. I'm going to be using a little bit of sap green, but if you want to mix your own, which I encourage you to try, one of your blues and one of your greens, I think probably in this exercise, I would be using some of my ultramarine and a little bit of indigo because they're dark and the bottle is dark. And so with that, we'll start painting. I have my my board tipped up with something underneath it a little bit so that when I'm painting that some of the drips can make a more interesting painting. Well, that's it. It's a quick little study. I've got lots of lost edges, hard edges, dark light, dark light. I could do better with some of these, of course, but this is a quick study, and I really didn't want to overwork it and make it look too rigid. So there's some looseness to it that I appreciate. I've got every color and every color. I've put some of each of the colors I used into the other elements of the painting. So that's this quick study. Enjoy doing it yourself, and really this is grape juice, and I'll see you on the Zoom call.